Oh.
We'll go ahead and start questions with Coach with Paul to the coach's left, and we'll go down the line.
Coach, a couple quick questions. What'd you think about Jaden Epps and his return to the floor? He looked a little bit more crisp today.
Yeah, it was good to see him out there. He looked like Jaden, like he does in practice for the most part. I thought he gave us a lift. He scored some baskets for us, obviously 10 points in 17 minutes. And, he had the late turnover was probably the thing negatively that sticks out the most. He's too much of a veteran guard to, not understand time scored and what we need at that point in the game. And, he acknowledged it right away, but just happy for him, happy for us that he got back on the floor, and hopefully this will really help him going forward.
Offense seems to flow pretty good when you guys are valuing the basketball. He shot pretty decent from the floor, from three, and then at the foul line, but I'm sure those turnovers still are making you scratch your head.
Yeah, to say the least. I don't even know what we had at halftime. I know our percentage was lower at halftime than it was at the end of the game, which obviously means we did a better job in the first half than we did in the second half. And, I thought up until it was 57-40, 68-54, that we had handled their haphazard pressing and trapping that we knew they were going to do pretty well. I thought we had gotten as much out of it as they did, or more, up until that point, and then they just kept playing, and credit to them, they kept scrapping and competing, and all of a sudden, we get a couple back-to-back turnovers, and the lead shrinks, and the coach is upset, and the players are a little dejected, and it snowballed on us a little bit that way. So again, unfortunately, I've been talking a lot about this, but these lessons that we're learning will have to be applied. I just talked to our team about it. We're learning lessons, but we got to apply them to the games. We saw what happens when you don't play well for a 2-minute stretch or a 3-minute stretch, like against Iowa State. Who knows how the second half looks, but it was 29-27, and then all of a sudden we're down 18.5 because of 2 or 3 possessions changed the mood, it changed the dynamic, it changed our feel. And it happened again tonight at home, where we had finally got some separation. They were battling us like we knew they would. And then we got that separation, and then turnovers crept up and, obviously caused some issues. And you mentioned shooting percentage, and I told them that too. Like, hey, listen, we're shooting the ball pretty good. For the most part, for our teams at this point, pretty good. Not, oh my gosh, but pretty good. And, so that's a good thing. If we can figure out how to get more shots on goal, that certainly will help.
Go ahead, Danny P, the coach's right.
Coach, Sean had a career high today in points. Do you see him taking more of a scoring role in this team, or when he needs to?
I mean, if he shoots it at the clip he does tonight, heck yeah. He had some big shots, and he's done that a couple times now for us when it didn't look great for us against North Alabama. He made a big shot as well. So, he's rising up and shooting it with confidence. And, he was 7 for 10, 3 for 4, had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple turnovers, played a lot of minutes. 32 minutes is a lot for Sean. I'm not sure how many times he's played over 30 minutes, but if he keeps, he always defends for the most part, but if he keeps shooting the ball, like that and making good decisions with the ball, he'll continue to play, that many minutes. But he was a big shot in the arm for us tonight.
David, go ahead.
About 4 minutes in, you sub in Serge there, and the things seem to pick the speed at both ends of the court there. What does he bring to the floor when he's in sync with the rest of the players out there and moving like he can?
If you look at the old school plus minus, he was a plus 16, which led us tonight. Do I look at it? Yeah, is it something that, I base my decisions on? Not really. But we had a play style that we wanted to play when we started the game. And we had emphasized a bunch of things since the Iowa State game. But one of the things that we really dove into was our pressuring the ball, our getting after the basketball, at point of attack. And we had a couple guys that the first couple times it was their turn to guard their ball, guard their match. It was as if we didn't mention it. It was as if we didn't work on it for 3 days after what happened in South Dakota. And so I told them leading into the game, like, I'm going to be hyper focused on this. This is what we got to get right first. We got to be able to guard the ball. We got to guard point of attack first. If you can't do that, in my opinion, you can't guard at all. And we had a couple guys that didn't do it. And so we had early subs. That wasn't the plan. And you know, one of them really picked it up and the other one didn't. But at the end of the day, like, our team, and they understand this, we have to play the way we have to play. And we're not there yet. I don't know if it's not complete buy-in. I don't know if it's certain individuals aren't bought in. But you know, we're still playing a lot of guys. And fortunately for us, we can right now, but it'll shrink once we get some guys to really, really completely buy into how we need to guard the ball, how we need to play offense, how we need to share the ball, and we're just not there yet.
Go ahead, Paul.
I know it just happened, but any update on Jamar or I saw him obviously go off the court?
The early feedback that I've been given, and this is secondhand, not even from Jamar or Bryce, but from the coaches that got it from the trainer, was that there's no structural damage, which obviously is what you want to hear as a coach. I mean, when I walked out there, you know, he was in some major pain, and where he was grabbing, you know, as a coach with a bunch of experience, it made my heart drop and my stomach sink for him, certainly, and for us, because he was in a lot of pain. But I haven't been able to talk to him yet. He did get hit apparently in the same general area in practice earlier in the week, and it was a pretty good shot. And he came back the next day and practiced, but I think he got hit there again, and I'm sure it was pretty tender.
Got time for a couple more if you got them. Right?
Appreciate it. Hail
Coach,
State.
thank
Good
you.
luck to the football team.